People Ministry um, present Knowledge of Marriage with Dr. Fritz, counselor specializing in family problem solution, premarital counseling, conflict, and sexual desire. Telephone 305-496-9011. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening or good morning. Thank you for asking me to be here, and it is always a pleasure for me. I'm so happy. I'm delighted to be here. I have a subject. It's a very interesting subject, and then we try to see how we can, be friends. How you can learn from me and me also, and I can learn from you. The only thing you can do is try to make comments, send me messages, and go to my channel, subscribe, like me, and communicate with me. You can call me. What we do is try to bring you some life to keep your marriage together. It is very important um, to understand that marriage is a complicated situation, life, and it is not just you want to be married and you married. You need to work for it. You need to prepare, especially for the men, you know, because there is a lot of responsibilities to take care. The subject that we need to talk about and we're going to be talking about and see is, can a couple be married and live apart? What somebody who accept to be married, what is married, and decide to live apart? It is possible. Yes, it is possible. That's happen all the time. Okay, for many reasons, people are married and they choose to live alone. Mean the the woman live in his house and the man live in his own house, or sometimes they live in different country. After marriage, they separate. Well, it looked like you're talking about, when I heard separate, is a type of divorce. No, they're legally married. They're happy, merely married, but they decide to live separate. What is the reason? Well, the main thing is what we will not encourage nobody to do, but a lot of people go to that, is a long distance relationship. There is people who met people online and they have a good relation and love communicate and for a long time. And after a while, eh, even maybe the situation has not met yet to live together, but they enjoy talking and they make a decision to get married. They meet together and they get married. And after that, they separate and they each one go in different way, continuing to communicate online, continue to speak to each other over the phone, make a joke, laughing, and they're happy. Nobody can say nothing bad about that because they're happy. There's other reason people married and they decide to live separate. Sometimes the either the man and the woman, they have a good job, and they married, that doesn't mean they have to divorce for that. They make a commitment and they start, going a different way just to make money. So that's one situation. There's other reason. Um, People who are married and they live separate. They live separate. But I'm going to tell you, most of them they find the good women's. Okay, even they're not sharing the same bathroom, they're not sharing the same address, even they're not sharing um some goods, good thing, but they find themselves happy just by talking, sometime over the phone, through the internet. They can send messages. They're they're happy. But is that going to stay all the way like that? They're just happy. Wow. What is marriage? Well, me, I will not encourage no one to marry it and then, and separate. Then and you feel that that's a good way to live. The Bible states like that. When the man was looking for a companion, and because in the Bible they say that mean Adam was the only person in the garden didn't have no companion because he's the one who named everybody, the animals. They come by pair. He named them. He gave them name. He treat them good. When he look at it, he was alone. It was very sad for him. Then he asked God to do something for him. A God bless him. He gave him a nice woman, a beautiful woman, in the name of Eve. And Adam was so happy when he has received that companion. So anybody who married, especially for the first day, sometimes there's men who try to speak to a young lady for a longest and can't be enjoyed the moment just because they have some kind of difficulties. When it happened to get together, he was so happy, and later on, you see people find a way to enjoy life without staying together. Marriage, when you marry, this is the time that those two people, going to meet and have a plan for the future. So when they sit down and communicate in a good way, they have a good plan. Plan to have a children, plan to have a nice house, plan to have a nice car, plan to have a good vacation. So in other plan, maybe plan to have a business together. So that is good plan, especially plan to live forever. So that means a marriage uh, has a lot of things. Okay, Mary has that. So when you see people try to go in a different way, well, it seems that we don't understand. But according to our research, there's a lot of people so happy to live in that. And men, some men like that because to be independent. Because these men, most of the men who like that, they are looking for good women, women who got good stuff on their hand. That men don't like to, take any responsibility. They just, married and find somebody to use. And this man probably got 3 women. I don't know how many get married with. And that man will force the one probably got commitment with them to live in another country because he need to find a way to manipulate others. So that's freedom for him because he can get more than one woman, plus those women are the one who take care of him, not him to take care of them. Because normally a normal person who married, who see the future, that person will collaborate with his wife to have a good plan for the future. And then, so that's only way they can do that, they have to be together. So that means we encourage you, if you're going to come to marriage, to stay together with your wife, not enjoy moment far from distance. The Bible say that if you look in Corinthians 7, verse 4 and 5, he said the wife body does not belong to her alone, but also to her husband. In the same way, the husband body does not belong to him alone, but also to his wife. So, you see, those two people, they have to be together to enjoy the good moments. And those people not supposed to be separate, except for one reason. If the time they're going to be going to pray the Lord. If they're separate, Satan find a way to play. He can make them change, have a other idea. So we not encourage you to have that plan. Some people marry and decide to live with their parents. They don't want to come to the man. But the bad news, you can enjoy from the beginning, but the bad news, if you don't have a time to enjoy, to learn your husband, and your husband also to learn you, because everybody has different feelings, everybody has different way of understanding. So that means you need to live together. So if you spend more time outside, that means you want to be free and you're happy with that. But the day you decide to live together, it's going to be very impossible. I remember there is a guy, he used to live by himself. I went to visit him. He has everything on his way, in his house. If you go to his house, you cannot do whatever you want, because if he needs something, he just move and just touch it and get it. If somebody went to his house and think you can manipulate his thing, he will not happy. So that person, he grow up on his way. If he decide to marry, it's going to be very difficult for his wife now to understand him. So, but if he was from the beginning, when he leave the mother house, does that mean they have to cooperate, cohabitate together and learn each other and become one, and that's the moment they can stay together. Marriage is not easy. So do not take a part and take a chance to have any thought that means you're going to be married and stay alone. It is not good for you, and also it's not good for the other partner. It's good for you to find time to communicate, because the communication, to find time to trust each other, okay? Because when you live alone, you have a time, either of you, to develop the jealousy, get jealous for things that you is not true, and you just think about it. You need to practice a lot of manner to share value and apply the compromising when it's time to compromise. That means different idea. That means your spouse may have an idea and you have another idea. Sometimes you have to compromise. In order to compromise, you need to live together. So we not encourage you. Some people married decide to live separate for financial situation. Well, if you don't have no money, why you married? Especially for the man. If you don't have no money, don't get married. You need money. And then you decide to live alone. Just financially that cannot go with you. So see that, check that. Do not, get in if you didn't have no money. Some people separate together because the economic problem. This one, we can understand that, because sometimes the country you are living may not offer good, then you need, one of you need to move to go to another country for better life. But there is a problem. If you going to another country, make sure guys you plan to go together, because sometimes it take a long time to achieve your goal. And the between of that, another person get inside and live with your husband or your wife, change the equation. So husband, wife, you need to stay together. You need to work together. You need to sleep together. You need to eat together. So do not do any of this separate. That will cause a problem. Even you have the opportunity of the reason to move for one of the things because to look for a better life, that call a divorce. It may be not legal divorce because you are separate. When the woman needs the man is absent. And when the man needs the woman is absent. So, after a long period of time, that going to cause some problem. So, the only way, if you decide to get married, you need to figure out how you can live, you can stay and have children, raise your children together for the better society. We're going to leave you, and I hope you take notes, and I hope you understand. You young people, do not make that mistake. Do not feel that mean because you have the right to make your decision. Nobody can stop you make the decision, but make the best decision for your life. If you make a best decision that can work you to preserve your marriage, it is very important to stay with your wife, with your children, in the same roof. It the minimum thing that you guys can own. You don't have to leave your wife behind you, go another country, and spend more time that you haven't or even or you didn't know if it's going to take you that long. And you will spend a long time until you both are losing your partner. So that's why we encourage you to make money, to have a job, to have an education, to take your time before you get married to avoid long distance relationship. May God bless you.